Hello, everyone, and welcome to Awaken to Happiness Now. I'm your host, Shefali Burns. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. My special guest today is Susann Taylor Shier, and I'm so excited to have her with us again. We'll be talking about soul, Akashic Records, passion, purpose, power, and activating all that so that we can fulfill our soul's destiny and mission. And I hope I'm not saying the wrong thing, but that's how it feels to me. You know, when you activate that power, the ultimate power within, you can really start to fulfill your soul's destiny. So, Susann, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Shefali. You look great today, by the way. By the way, you look fabulous.
Thank you. So do you, and it's always so much fun doing a hangout because it's like we're having a conversation. We can see each other. Everyone else can see us too, so that's fantastic. So I'm going to start off by, in case you don't know Susann very well, let me tell you a little bit about her. So Susann is a highly established and gifted international author, speaker, intuitive channel, spiritual counselor, and founder of Soul Mastery. Susann teaches how to access and live from the magnificence of your soul gifts, strengths, and purpose in this world, and specializes in Akashic Record Trainings. Susann has helped tens of thousands for over 20 years, inspiring the revelation of each person's inherent spiritual wealth to flourish. As a master of intuitive connection, Susann's soul level coaching opens you to build a bridge from your soulful and heart-centered self to the vibrant, joyful expression of life, allowing your destiny to be seen, supported, and fulfilled. She is known as the muse for the heart and soul and provides in-depth intuitive counseling for individuals and couples who want profound and dramatic transformation. Wow, Susann, that is just, it's so magnificent what you do, because I've lately been thinking about, for myself, like, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my soul purpose? Why am I here? And I think a lot of people have those kinds of questions, like, why are we here? What are we doing? We feel like we have a calling, we're supposed to be doing something more, but sometimes we don't know what that is. So can you help us a little bit to clarify what you mean by soul purpose, soul gifts, how we can, connect to that and really, live our lives from that place, of our soul purpose and manifest our destiny finally, finally be connected in such a way that we finally are doing what we are meant to do, why we're here and what we're meant to be doing here joyfully and with ease. Can you talk a little bit about that to start?
Let's start with the joy and ease part.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. No, the only reason I want to start there, and the word power really stood out when you mentioned it before, because I think most of us do have a sensing of our soulful nature and our purpose, but it's blocked by what I work with, which is called soul level challenges, which prevent us from feeling as though it's safe, so to speak, to be our most powerful, joyful self. When you think about it historically, the people that have been the people that stand out. Oh my gosh! All of a sudden, I sort of got this feeling I better be careful about being political. But even and I'm not saying who I stand for politically, but it's very interesting how the President of the United States right now is trying everything he knows how to make changes, and no one will let him. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's like he gets stopped at every turn by other people. We won't go into that. So he's what's happening for him is the way a lot of people feel. They feel like they have so much to offer, and it gets stopped at every turn. It's not okay for us to be joyful and in ease and powerful. It's not okay. And we have our own self-sabotaging mechanisms, our soul challenges, all of this that comes up and stops us from being able to move forward. Now, I'm not saying that's Obama's, Barack's challenge. I hate calling him Obama because I wouldn't want people to call me Shier. So,
yeah, I hear
you. So, what I want to look at here is we will have these soul purposes. It's a matter of how to get them coming forward so we're not afraid to use them and afraid that the world is going to crucify us, basically. Okay?
Right.
So it really is about feeling that it's safe to be joyful and powerful, lighthearted, and easy in life, and that will take us where we want to go. The feeling is, I have to fight or flight, I have to work really hard, my soul purpose is going to be, I'll have to climb a mountain to deliver my soul purpose, and that's not true, and that's where we get caught up. So I just wanted to start with that. How's that for a fun thing?
Yeah, that's great. And, one thing you mentioned right now that really caught my attention, too, was about, we're afraid of being persecuted because in the past lifetimes, I think some of us were persecuted for our beliefs, for our values, for speaking out, So when it comes to this lifetime, some of us may still be hesitant, right? Because we don't want to be persecuted again.
Right. Now, it's true, but we have to be very careful, because if we say we were persecuted before, I was drawn and quartered, okay, in another lifetime, if you remember that from Braveheart and all of that. That's, that gory inside stuff. Anyway, yeah. Now, do I say, well, it's the bad guys that made that happen. If only they hadn't done that, I would be, in good shape. And they're the enemy, they're the evil people, and I'm not permitted to be everything I need to be because they could get me. They could persecute me again. Because I've worked with that, and I realized what the weakness was in me that allowed that to actually happen. No one can be persecuted unless you're a persecutee. How's that for a new vocabulary word? Unless you are vulnerable to that. Okay? So if we are in a true powerful place, which is a universal place, and that's why we want to be so abundant, because we know if we're feeling abundant, if we're feeling prosperous, if we're feeling full of love and joy, and somebody knocks at our door with a gun in their hand or whatever, we'd go down and go, now really, is that really what you want to do? We would. It would just be, they wouldn't even come, because there's nothing to find in us. It really is an energy world on all levels, okay? And, many people have talked about that. Even Byron Katie talked about the time that she, years ago, met a man, and I love this example, in an alleyway, who was, had one of those hoods on and a gun, and what she was doing in the alleyway doesn't matter. But she was so clear and strong in herself and in her own innocence of ease that she just said, now, is this really what you want to do with your life? Because if you do this to me, it's going to haunt you the rest of your life. And he broke down and started crying. He said, no, it's not what I want. Thank you. So, that really did happen.
Right.
So it's up to us to be more powerful in ourselves. But here's the rub, and I do understand it. Who wants to be powerful in this world the way most of this world is powerful? We don't. We don't want to be in a sense of greed and fear and manipulation, which is the power that most people use, power over, bullying, all of that. So we decline, no thank you, to having any power. We're just going to be spiritual. But the true power is that sense, again, of what we're longing for, is to hold in our heart that sense of abundance, that anything is possible for our life. And that opens up soul purpose. When we feel like there isn't anything we couldn't create, and it will have a sense of purposefulness, and then we will start to feel like we're here for a reason. Because it's really important to see that everything we do has reason to it. It's important to feel like when we have a child, that has soul purpose to it. When we wash the dishes, that has purpose to it. When we offer something to someone, that has purpose. That's what makes us feel like we're living our soul purpose, is a sense of purposefulness. And that comes into the belly. That sense of purposefulness is knowing that what I'm doing feels wonderful and abundant and great, and that creates a sense of self-love, too. A sense of, hey, hey, you're doing okay here. You just made a contribution, and you didn't even realize it. You know, somebody smiled at you. You made a contribution.
So
Okay?
is it really about feeling that joy, happiness in every moment, and living your life just looking for that joy? Just, whatever brings you joy, do that, and that is your purpose?
Yes and no. In a general sense, absolutely. I work with people all the time, and I help them to feel like it's safe to be joyful, to create what makes you feel joyful without feeling that the consequence is going to be that you're not going to get anywhere. Because as a child, you may have been a great artist, so you go, oh, I would love to create art the rest of my life. But what are you going to do? You can't make a living as an artist. Very few people can. What about the essence of being able to be an artist that brings you joy, bringing that into everything else that you do? So you feel creative when you're artistic. So it's about holding that sense of I am creative and I'm an artist, and I'm going to take that essence of being creative and joyful and fill that cup into something else and go, I'm going to take that with me, because that's up to me entirely to take creation and joy with me. So yes, that's true. And at the same time, each of us have unique gifts that are ours to bring that need to be explored as to what that truly is. And I think we all have a sense of that. You know, some people will say to me, well, I was told I was supposed to be a healer, but they don't feel very good about that. What being a healer means is you have something to offer other people. And there are many ways to offer something to other people.
Okay, so it's not just being a hands-on healer, Reiki master, or okay.
Yeah. Correct. We need people who are joyful, creative, powerful, clear, connected in every field of endeavor. Okay, because, we all need a plumber. We all need a banker. We want bankers with integrity, right? We're fed up with people who are, slipping us something under the cover or slipping something into our drink, whatever that phrase is. We want to know that this world is filled with people of integrity, and then we're more willing to be in the world. So we need people who are all those things I described in the banking world. I talked to a young man the other day who's at the Chase Bank, and I could go, ooh, you're at Chase Bank, ooh. But there he was, filled with this sense of, I'm here for a reason. I'm like, good, we need you here. So we need people in every walk of life. Yep. Who
Absolutely.
are conscious and connected and filled with joy and feeling a sense of purposefulness in whatever they're doing. I mean, isn't that true with Facebook? We want integrity in Facebook. We want that in the computer world. We want our technicians to be filled with creative juice. They already are, you see? They're connected without having to be healers. They make our lives work, thank goodness.
So, one of the things you mentioned, Susan, was about our gifts, right? We all have gifts, and sometimes there are certain challenges that we have as well that we don't realize may be challenges, or sometimes we think the challenges, they could possibly be gifts, but we treat them negatively and think that they're challenges. Can you talk a little bit about the difference between soul gifts and soul challenges?
Yes. Our challenges are usually wired into our gifts. Why that is, it's because of what I call human consciousness in separation. The feeling is that we're not allowed, like you said, we feel like we're going to be persecuted for bringing our gifts, so we hold them back. And that is our greatest challenge, is the way we hold back in what we know is ours to bring. Okay? So imagine somebody is filled with a sense of loving to create with other people. They just love to create with other people, but their soul wound or their challenge is that they don't trust people in this world. And remember what I said, in this world relates to those who are out of integrity. It's really human consciousness in separation that we don't trust. So when we feel like I love creating with other people, but I don't trust them, What you don't trust is human consciousness in separation. So you're going to look for those people that you can co-create with, that you can trust, because you hold a place of, I do trust that there are people here who love to co-create like I do, and I'm not sitting there with a wall in front of me going, ooh, should I trust you? Should I trust you? Should I trust you? And the answer is usually no, 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 no.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you see how that works? It's the opposite side of the teeter-totter. So that's what we have to notice, is if we don't trust, is our ability to trust and create with lots of people.
Okay, that makes sense. I can relate to that.
Yeah. You love people, right? You love working with people. Yeah.
Yep, I do.
I will put it the other side. You get to do that.
So I have a question from the Q&A from Leah and Leah. And she says, what exactly is a soul challenge? I think I am in the middle of mine because I can't find a way to express my purpose. Please give me some guidance forward and be able to support myself.
Okay, and tell me her name again.
Leah.
Leah. We've just got Leah. Okay, let me just tune into who she is so I can get a feel. Well, her challenge, she has a couple of them, but the challenge is she's trying to make it work for everyone else. She's so loyal to others that the feeling is that if I don't make it work for others, interesting, we were just talking about that, if I don't make it work for others and bring them to a sense of wholeness, then there's nothing to do here. I have to bring everyone else to wholeness. Her job really is to be that place of wholeness for others. And the interesting thing is, if someone were to ask, if she were to ask someone else, what do I represent for you? They'd say, well, you have that sort of like North Star quality to you. You have that sense of, I can always count on you. You're accountable. You value wholeness. You're always seeking the wholeness. You're always seeking that sense of making things complete. But the challenge is working too hard to make sure everything's complete before you move forward. And it can't be. In this world, it can't be. It's a creative process. You, Leah, have to hold that sense of wholeness within you. And it will, again, law of attraction will start to attract wholeness in whatever it is you wish to do. Okay? So to say that your gift is like to be a lawyer or a doctor, that is too limiting. You have many things that you could do. So bringing your sense of wholeness and completeness is part of your gift, is to be able to live from that place that everything is already whole, everything is already complete.
Wonderful. So, Susann, I just noticed that we started to have feedback.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have headphones that you can wear.
I don't.
Like earbuds, like.
I don't know where I would hook them into my computer.
Because it was fine before. It just started. Weird.
Ah, okay. Does it relate to? Let's see. If I put earbuds on, where do you hook them into your computer?
Just where it says headphone jack.
Yes, I don't think I have a headphone jack on my computer screen.
Okay, you can just turn your volume down. That would work too.
Okay.
That would help.
Is that better?
Well, we'll see when I talk. Yeah, it's a bit better. I can still hear myself though.
Ah. It may be that you were going on the webcast and on the phone at the same, or on the. No, I don't know. I'm sounding like I know something. I better be careful. You're the expert here.
No worries. I mean, if you don't have any, it's okay. We'll just
Yeah, it would take me a while to find the jack that I don't think I have because my speaker and camera is all separate from my computer.
Yeah,
Screen.
mine is too.
Oh.
Yeah. But there's always a headphone jack.
There's always a headphone jack. There's always more to discover and learn, isn't there? And it's right on the screen.
Do you have the live page open? By chance?
The live page?
AwakenToHappinessNow.com/live? I'm going to assume no.
If I knew, if I did,
okay. I don't think you do.
Problem maybe? Oh, you think that could be the problem?
We would just have to close that page, but I don't think you have it open.
Okay, oh wait, no, I don't think I do. I think I just had those two things open.
Okay.
All right, thank you, and I do apologize. If there's anything I can do, let me know.
I just won't talk as much.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go to Colorado, area code 970. See who that is, and they have a question. Hi there, who's this? Hi.
Hi, this is Brenda. How are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. It's a little difficult to hear, but thank you for taking my call.
Okay, well, can you hear Susan? Maybe you can hear her better than you can hear me.
Shefali, I do see a button that says live. What should I do about that?
Okay.
Susan.
Okay, great.
Okay. You guys are echoing over each other, but do you want my question maybe? Or?
Yeah. I think Susan must have something open on her side. That's why we're hearing the double.
Okay. Well, I have been growing tremendously the last few years, and it's been really difficult for me lately to it's been like isolation and some loneliness, and I want to know, is that normal, or is there something I should be doing?
You've been growing a lot, but you still have a lot of isolation and loneliness, is what you're saying. Is that correct?
Well, yes, as I've been growing, I mean, obviously my life has shifted, and that's good, but I'm wondering if there's, yes, a lot of isolation and loneliness compared to my life a few years ago.
Great. At one level, you could say that is natural because you're having to let go of an old whole way of being, but you're growing without filling your heart, and that's what your heart is, what feels isolated and alone. It's like I've expanded, I'm more spiritual, I feel more connected, but you're not feeding it into your heart, so your heart goes, well, I need to have that food too, because you're bringing it into your consciousness and you're bringing it into your energy field and you're opening your chakras, but your heart is going, wait a minute, isn't connection all about love? So you're not feeding your heart, so it feels lonely and isolated. So you're sort of, in a way, it sort of is pushing people away because you're going, I'm expanded, I'm spiritual, I'm wonderful, and it separates you from other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Give your heart more love.
What you do is you make sure that you are, when you feel connected, what do you like to connect to?
Say that again?
Yes, what do you like to connect to when you're being spiritual?
Oh, the silence. I mean, really, that's the best thing for me. I feel loved and surrounded at that time, so really that's what I like to do, or music. Okay,
so that's how you grow, is to listen to music as one example?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what I want you to do is when you're listening to the music, don't just take it into your head, feel yourself taking it into your heart. And spend a little more time, or a lot more time, feeding your heart with the music. Whatever feeds you, bring it into your heart and go, here you go. Here's that wonderful food, that music of all kinds. I'm going to bring it in, okay?
Okay.
So that you put your attention on your heart and not just feeding your head and your upper ranges and all of that.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. That's going to make a big difference.
Thank you.
Definitely. You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. To do something about the fact that it says live, or?
No, that's fine. So what you've been doing by muting yourself has helped with the sound, so that's perfect.
Great. All right, then.
All right, so we're going to go to New York. I don't have a phone number, but it's Beloved. I'm not sure. We'll find out in 1 second. Hold on. Hi there.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
This is Beloved.
Hi, Beloved. Do you have a question for Susan?
Yes, I do. Hi, Shefali, how are you? Hi, Susann.
Hello, Beloved.
Thank you for taking my call.
What question did you have?
My question is, I have also been expanding, and I still feel the challenge, the fear of being crucified. When I think about having the fullness of life, enjoying the fullness of life, that I feel like the fear in my heart center. So how can that wound be healed?
Wonderful. Okay. So I want you to go into your heart center right now and feel that fear. Can you feel how it feels like something's going to be taken from it if you start to bring love and joy into your heart, that it'll just be sort of ripped out and taken? Just go into the fear and see what it has to share with you about that scenario.
I mean, I am feeling the fear. It's like tightening or holding on.
Yes, exactly. So what I want you to do is just imagine that that fear is like a little child holding onto your skirts. But it's, you know, it's a lot of children, so to speak. So it's a little child holding onto your skirts. It's not your inner child. I don't want you to see it that way. But it's like don't go there, don't get big, don't bring too much love in, don't bring too much joy, because it's too scary to do that. And so it pulls on you, and you go, okay, we'll stay safe. Okay, we'll stay safe. We'll be okay here. We'll be okay here. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is take that fearful part and bring it right into the center of your heart, filled with love, and think of somebody or something that you appreciate, and fill your heart with that sensation, or just love itself if you can.
I sort of feel like in a place of pressure that now I have to make it happen.
So go back to just thinking of something you love or appreciate, okay?
Okay.
Or a flower, something simple that you love or appreciate. Just bring that into your awareness.
Okay.
Okay, now bring that into your heart and feel your appreciation or love for that thing or person, whatever it is. Just feel what happens in your heart when you go, oh, I love the ocean, or whatever it is.
Oh, it releases.
It what?
Releases. It feels lighter.
The fear feels safe, that love is actually there, and joy is actually there. And so it's like the little child going, oh, good, you're giving me what I need. Thank you so much. I can relax now. But when you feel the fear, what you do is you jump out of your heart and go, oh, my God, the fear is here. And so you buy into it. Instead of going, here you go, you just need a little more love, don't you? And it goes, yes, thank you.
Okay, I get it. Yes.
Yeah, I hope everyone else on the call can listen to that as well and try that out, because we all have fears that come into our heart, and those fears are just tugging on us to keep us small and safe. And it's, in essence, we sort of hired those fears. We go, oh, I don't want that to happen in this lifetime. So you hold vigil that anytime I bring in love, you're going to hold on to me and remind me, don't go there, don't go there. It's dangerous, right? Now you're going, no, it's not dangerous. It's wonderful.
Okay.
Okay? Good.
So I'm being a loving mother in a sense, or parent to my heart in a sense.
Universal. You're a universal mother of infinite love and infinite joy.
Yeah.
So it's not just little old beloved with a little old child tugging. It is universal infinite joy and infinite love coming to this infinite part of you. So your heart can expand and know more joy.
Oh, yes. Oh, that feels good.
Good. Wonderful. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you, beloved. Great question.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have some more questions on the Q&A and people with their hands raised. So I'm just gonna I have a question from Lynn in Los Angeles, and she said, I learned to read Akashic Records and have read your book, Soul Mastery, but have lost my ability to use a pendulum. When I ask test questions, they are wrong. Do you know what happened or what I can do?
Well, I can't know everything that's wrong, but anyway, nice to say hi to you just down the road. I'm in Santa Monica. So, not being able to use a pendulum means you don't trust your connection to spirit. Okay, you've lost the connection that says you can be guided by, say for instance, this is your pendulum. This pendulum is an extension of you and your heart. So you don't trust spirit coming into your heart and giving you what you need. Okay, so imagine this is a swinging pendulum. Okay?
Lift it higher.
Oh, thank you. So imagine this is a swinging pendulum. It's connected to you. So if you're all constricted in your heart and you're going, Akashic Records, tell me what's right here. Tell me if I should, go get should I get mint ice cream or caramel ice cream? And it's like, because you're not listening to your heart and checking in with your heart and going, okay, what would feel most joyful to me right now? And it comes through the arm and it just flows. You're trying to get information from some head-oriented spiritual people up here, and that's not how it works. It has to work with your heart being connected to that pendulum in complete knowing that spirit is with you. Because we often ask questions going, please be with me. It's like, no, you have to know spirit's with you. Then you can ask a question. Then you're co-creating with spirit through the pendulum. So hopefully that helps.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Yeah. Fun.
I like that. Yeah. We're going to go to California again. This is, no, we lost California just now. We were going to go there, but we just lost them.
Go into the ocean, oh no.
So we're going to go to Tennessee instead. Area code 423. Yeah. Area code 423 ending in 3382.
This is Margaret. Hi, Susan.
Hi, who's this?
This is Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
Hello, Margaret.
Hi.
Hi.
You usually pick up my voice the minute I speak to you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Susan, I've been dealing with health challenges since that stroke that I had last fall.
Yes.
And I was told the stroke was caused by high blood pressure, and I realized I'm afraid that the high blood pressure is going to go up and cause the stroke again, and that's probably making it go up.
Yes, that's how it works.
It's a funny thing. Today, my blood pressure cuff died, so I can't tell if it's high or not right now. But can you help me on that? I felt like I was doing quite well before the stroke, and I didn't know I had high blood pressure, but after the stroke I was told that I did, and that caused the stroke. And that if I let the blood pressure go up, I'd have another stroke and it would be worse. How do I get around that fear and get back to feeling well?
Yeah, so that putting all your attention on the doctor being God is what's hurting you, because somebody outside of you said that it was high blood pressure that caused the stroke. So you've got your mind focused on high blood pressure. And you're leaving your heart behind, not feeding it what it needs to give it the food it needs so it doesn't go into a stroke. Because you're out here in your head going, no high blood pressure, no high blood pressure. And every time you think that thought, the heart constricts and it starts to create the potential of whatever, I'm not saying you're going to get a stroke. It just creates potential. So when you get that thought or feeling, you just go, oh, that's my signal to feed my heart with what it needs, because the stroke was caused by the fact that I wasn't giving my heart what it needed.
Right, you had told me that before. Yeah, and I just haven't been able to quite get back to that. I've gotten hung up on the medical side of it.
Yeah, you're hung up on the fear, and your mind is creating fear, and the medical field is telling you this is what, put your attention on what you need to be afraid of. So you're putting your attention on what you need to be afraid of, which keeps the fear alive.
Right.
Choose whether you're going to keep the fear alive or your heart alive.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome. So you're going to keep putting attention on your heart. So when you start going, oh, I wonder how my blood pressure is, you put your hand on your heart, whatever you need to go, I'm going to feed you with love and joy and abundance and all the things you say you want in your life. Give it to your heart. We talked about that with someone else today too. If your heart isn't fed, our lives don't work. That's the center.
Right.
Chinese medicine, every other format of natural medicine, the heart is the kingpin. Okay?
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Susan.
For you. I'm so glad that you called in the midst of your fear to go, whoa, I've got to shake this up. I've got to do something different. This isn't working for me.
Right.
Excellent. Okay, great. You're so welcome.
Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you.
And that was
Did
a great
California
question.
come back on the map?
No, but that was a great question, and it's all about focusing on your heart, right? For everything.
Well, it's focusing more on what the nourishment and how you feed yourself versus how you aren't being fed. The lack and limitation takes over all the time, like I was saying to Beloved as well. A fear comes up, and we just put all our attention on that fear and go, oh my God, it's fear of fear itself that runs our life. It's the same with Margaret and the blood pressure. Fear of the fear, and the blood pressure represents fear. So when we step out of that and go, we keep saying as spiritual beings, we want nothing to do with fear, we're all about love. We've got to apply it and make it practical. So one of the best ways to do that is just come into your heart and keep, we talk about gratitude and all of that, but just practice bringing it to your heart. Don't think in your head, let's see, I'm grateful for this water, I'm grateful for the sky outside, I'm grateful for that pillow over there. Huh? Can you feel that coming from me? Not. Okay? So if I'm in my heart, how I live is completely different. Can you feel it? And my heart is being fed right now just by my very presence with it at all times. So I can talk about the pillow and go, that is exquisite. Thank goodness for that yard sale. Okay, versus, I am so grateful for that pillow. Am I doing it right? Very different to just put your attention, put your brain in your heart. You see?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep.
Great.
Yep. Let's see. I have a question from Tamara. I never know how to say that, in Calgary, and it's a long question, so I'm going to just basically come down to it's about a career. And she says, I feel like I took a new career path that felt right when I started, and now I'm going back to procurement. Any guidance on why I'm feeling hesitant with both roles offered to me? It seems to be feast or famine, no opportunities, or more than one. So it seems like she's looking for direction or guidance.
Okay, I missed a couple of words in there. It's for what?
Hold on, let's see. It's she's wondering about
career path.
Yeah, so it's about a new career path that felt right when I started, and now I am going back to procurement. Any guidance on why I am feeling hesitant with both roles offered to me? It seems to be feast or famine, no opportunities, or more than one.
Procurement is, so I'm, a little tongue-tied right now because that seems like a kingpin word.
Yeah, it must be a type of position.
Okay, so what's happening for you? What's her name?
Tamara,
thank you. Tamara. Okay, hello Calgary, Tamara. Tamara. So what's happening for you is you've opened a new door, but your inability to feel good about moving all the way through to completion, so to speak, you get sidetracked very easily with other options that are showing up. So when you start moving in a direction, your sense of prosperity and feeling good about yourself starts to be activated, and then all this stuff starts coming to you, okay? Then you go, oh, maybe I better stop this and go over there, and then it all drops away. What you need to do is keep filling your cup where you are until you feel full, not empty, and then move on to something else, okay? So don't go backwards. Go, okay, if I'm not fulfilled, I'm not pouring myself into it fully. I'm getting distracted out here by, oh, maybe I should do this. Maybe there's that, and maybe there's that. So you want to pull back and go, let's fulfill this first, and then we'll go on to the next. And all those doors will stay open for you because as you're full, more doors always open, guaranteed. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we have some more questions on the Q&A, and I was just going to say, if you have a question that you'd like to ask live, you can hit *2 to raise your hand if you're on the phone. So we have a question, a comment from Lynn, who had called from Los Angeles, and she says, I think Susan was right on. My skeptic stopped trusting the pendulum. When I tried to recover the trust, I was not coming from my heart. I was overthinking it and coming from my head. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Good for her for getting that. That's great.
Yeah.
Akashic Records, any kind of getting in touch with your guidance, you have to get the information into your heart to make it land and feel true, whether it's true and right for you. You can't just stay in the third eye. You can't just get information floating out there. Then tomorrow you're going to go, what were they saying and what were they talking about? When you land it here, you go, oh, I got it. I feel that. I trust that. It feels real. Okay? Big key.
Wonderful. So then the next question is from Joan in Canada, and she says, I wonder if I'll find my dream job soon. Do you have any guidance from me?
I love those vague ones. Okay. I don't know how long you've been out of a job, what you mean by dream job. See, the trick is when someone says their dream job, in this case, what you're actually saying is, I want to find that thing that makes me happy, okay? Because you're not happy right now. I want you to start to get happy, and then you will magnetize the dream job to you. And you're probably going, rolling your eyes, going, well, how do I get happy if I don't have a job? I don't feel good about not making money and making a difference and having something to pour myself into. So once I get the job, then I'll be happy. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work like that, okay? I want you to do somersaults, whatever it is that makes you happy. And when you feel that sense of joy in you, then you go, okay, what do I really want to do when I'm in the place of joy? And it might be to have an ice cream truck. Now, so if that comes to you, you listen to it. You listen to it. There's a reason that ice cream truck comes. It's a symbol for something, okay? Your dream job may be to do an ice cream truck, and then your mind gets in there and says, well, that's not going to pay the bills and all of that. What does ice cream truck symbolize for you, okay? Whether it's different for everybody, having your own hours, being in a cool location, working on your own, giving out sweet things, whatever it is. Listen to your guidance. It will give you symbols and metaphors and things like that that will guide you toward that outer dream job. But you have to learn how to dream a little bit and go, well, maybe ice cream truck wouldn't be so bad to start with till I get the dream job going, you see? You have to use your creative imagination and dream side to find a dream job. You have to be willing to dream instead of be so concrete as you have a tendency to do and go, yeah, but if it's not practical and doesn't pay the bill, then it's not a dream job. No one who's doing a job that they love will say they went into it because it was practical. That was not number one on the chart. It's never practical to start with, okay? You start discovering how practical it is when you're in that place of creation. Okay, that's my speech. Mm-hmm. Thanks for that question. It's a great one.
Yeah, that was a great question. And, you know, so many of us have those types of questions, you know, about a dream job. So I have a question from Ricky, and she is saying, I would love to know if you have any insight on my stepping forward with intuitive readings to assist others in their lives.
Great. Okay, let me just finish something about dream jobs, since what you said, Shefali, is very important. Am I doing my dream job? Me personally. If I stop creating and doing new things, no, it will not be my dream job. I can't do the same old thing. I've been doing what I've been doing in a variety of ways for 20 years. Okay? I could be bored out of my little noggin if I wasn't creating it new all the time. From the inside, I'm a completely different person. I have lots more to offer all the time. I have new ideas. I look into you know, how to market, because it's totally different now than it was 5 years ago. I have to keep creative for this to be my dream job. Otherwise, I would have quit and gone, it's not working for me. There's so many other people doing what I'm doing. It's not true. Okay? So that's what I want to say about that. Okay? Because it's really important for everyone to keep their creative juice going. It will die on the vine. It will not be your dream job unless you're creating it all the time. Okay? Great.
Yeah.
New all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shefali knows that. She keeps creating what she's doing in new ways, constantly recreating herself. That's what it takes. It's fun. Okay, intuition. Can you state that again? I thought I had it, but I didn't. Helping her with her intuition.
Hold on. It is, I would love to know if you have any insight in my stepping forward with intuitive readings to assist others in their lives.
Oh, and do we have a name for her at all?
Ricky.
Ricky, and where she's from, maybe? Not at all? No. Okay. No. All right, Ricky. My question is, why not? What would hold you back from doing that? Yes, I hear your little mind going, but if I give them the wrong answer, it could hurt their life. They could be in, harm's way. If I tell them to turn right and, there's a Mack truck coming when you turn right. It's like, okay, you have to offer intuitive readings with a sense of, this is how I see it right now. And you, the person you're talking to, are in charge of your life. You get to decide what you do with the information I'm giving you from your guide, spirit, your soul, your heart, all of that. It's coming through me. You get to decide what to do with it. You're in charge of your life, not me. Okay? And if you need to state that out loud to start with to the person when you're doing an intuitive reading, go ahead and do that. So you don't feel so responsible whether you're going to get it right or not, or they're going to their life will be harmed, okay? Because you've got this whole thing of, I don't want their life to be harmed, I don't want my life to be harmed, so you sit back and do nothing, okay? I don't want anyone to hurt. Okay, great. I don't want anyone to hurt either, and I want to bring my gifts, okay, to help people. Two different worlds altogether. Okay, great. Hopefully that can help.
Yes, that was perfect. Great answer. And I have a comment back from Tamara, and she says, Susan, thank you for your guidance. Your suggestion has been suggested before to me, and I seem to forget to listen to the advice. This is a sign to me that I must stay connected with you. Will you be offering any specials to have a private session with you? And thank you, Shefali, for asking my questions. And all 3 ways Susan pronounced my name are all correct.
Phew. I don't want to get it wrong either. Just kidding. I don't care. Thank you. And Shefali, the way you pronounced it too. Okay, great.
Okay, we're going to go to the phones.
And yes, just tell Tamara, or I'll tell her right now, go ahead and email me that specific question about specials and stuff like that. Okay? Great.
Perfect. We're going to go to Illinois. Area code 60.
Yay.
Hello?
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 Hi, do you have a
Hi,
question
Krista,
for
can you hear me?
Susan? Yeah, do you have a question for Susan?
Yes, I do. I'm actually calling from Tampa. I have an Illinois code. So thank you, ladies. I'm a professional life coach, and I'm looking for some guidance in dealing with some customers, clients that are in self-sabotaging, unhealthy survival mode. They're just not in alignment with who they are, and they're very much in their head. Do you have any tips for me on how I can better move my clients from their head into their heart?
Yes, I do. Okay, let me give it some thought. I'm glad you took it that next step. Okay. The first thing is to teach them, do a little exercise with them so they start to feel safe in their heart. The reason people stay in their heads is because they don't feel safe. They feel like their heart is going to trick them. So they're in survival mode because they're afraid they're going to get tricked by people, situations, you name it. Their life is just going to be a wrecking ball, okay? The feeling is whatever I do, it's gonna get wrecked, so I have to hypervigilantly stay in my head and watch and watch and watch and watch and, all of that, okay? So you want to teach them that it's safe to be in your heart and remind them how the best parts of life come from living from the heart. So I gave that little exercise earlier about thinking of somebody you love or appreciate. So what you can do is have them go into their heart and put their attention, not think of someone, but put their attention on something. Maybe it's a memory even. If they don't like anybody, they're not going to go, oh, I appreciate so-and-so. If they're like, I don't trust anybody. That's fine. So think of an animal or a flower or a situation that they love, like, or appreciate. Okay? And feel that in their heart and feel how good they feel. Now ask them to look at a situation in their life that they're having difficulty with while they're in the space of love and appreciation. Doesn't even have to be love. Just in that place where their heart gets a little bit softer and warmer, okay? So you're going to say to them, okay, what happens when you put appreciation in your heart? And they go, I feel a little more relaxed. Or whatever it is that happens for them. Then have them put this situation in front of them and say, how do you view, how do you see, how do you feel about that situation from this place in your heart, okay? And they'll start to see it differently, and they'll go, oh, I'd much rather view the situation, be in the situation, walk into the situation from that place than from my head, which is filled with survival and fear, and it's not getting me anywhere. So you let them have the experience and go, you have the choice. You can go back to your head and watch the world around you and stay out of your heart, or you can go into your heart and create a way to connect with the world, the people, situations that makes you happy. Okay? So how does that sound?
Perfect. Thank you so much. Love it. Love it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I have a question from Sandra Smith in University Place. I don't know where that is, but she says, I lose 35 pounds and then stop the program I am using, and then I gain it all back. Then I choose a new program and lose 35 pounds and then gain it all back. I can't seem to get past 35 pounds and sticking to a program. What is going on?
Okay, great. I'd love to ask you a few more questions, Sandra, but my sense is that you get to a certain point, 35 pounds, you start feeling different about yourself, looking different, and it's almost like you get scared. It is that you get scared, actually. You get scared. It's like, oh, I won't be invisible. I'll start to be attractive. I've got a few past lives where I was va-va-va-voom, and it got me in trouble. So I'm not doing that again, okay? I am certainly not going to show up shiny. I'm not going to show up shiny. I don't feel protected. I don't feel safe in the world if I start to really look great, okay? So that's what you want to watch. It's not the program. It's the trigger. So when you stop when you start going, oh, that program's not working, or I think I'll just cheat a little bit here, when that little piece comes up, you're going to say, oh, there she is, that little part of me trying to keep me small and safe and protected. But I'm getting a little tired of being small and safe or big and safe and protected, okay? I don't want to be big and safe and protected. I want to start to feel like I can live again. Because you get to a certain point and it's like, this feels good. Yikes, but the old, what I call soul challenge comes up. Okay? Great. So just say this time with a little more strength, not this time. You can't have my life. I want my life back. I want to be shiny, and take the risk of finding out that shine is actually the best thing I can do for myself, is to be more visible and beautiful.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I have a comment back from Ricky, and she says, thank you so much. The worry of hurting others was the last thing holding me back. And she's in West Virginia. Lovely West Virginia, close to Virginia. I used to live in Virginia for a while. So thank you, Ricky, for that comment back.
Definitely. Thank you.
Let's see, hold on. Okay, so all right, so Susan, I have have a question for you. Where is it? Hold on. Okay, so I'll just tell you what's been going on lately for me, you know, and I think we've talked about this during the whole call, is about really focusing on your heart and connecting with that space, you know, and starts off by feeling that appreciation or love for something or somebody, right? Because, you know, I've always been connected, and you know, it's been wonderful, but I found lately, since I've been back from Sedona, and yes, I'm so much darker now. I really got a major tan in Sedona, but I've noticed that since I've come back from Sedona, Susan, I cannot connect to my heart. I'm not feeling anything in my heart at all, and it's like, okay, it's not making me nervous, but I thought, okay, it's just an observation. So, any idea what's going on there?
So how was Sedona for you? Did you love that experience, or did it leave you a little rattled?
Oh, I loved it.
Okay, great. So you loved it, and your heart was filled with it, and the feeling for you is, and we've talked a little bit more about your own soul, is, oh, I had to leave home again. I had this incredible experience. My heart can flourish when I'm at home. Now I'm out in the world. No. It doesn't work here. Sedona, yes, when I'm surrounded and loved and all of that, my heart just flourishes. Now it's going, no. Now you have to provide for other people and be responsible for other people, and that your heart has nothing to do with that. And that's, yeah. You see? So what you want to do is think of right now your spirit, the spiritual connection that you made in Sedona.
Yeah.
Okay? Now feel a sense of, wow, did I love Sedona? And just put your attention on your heart and just feel that sense of, wow, I loved my experience in Sedona. Not I love Sedona, excuse me. I loved my experience in Sedona and what it did for my heart.
Feeling it, definitely.
Yeah.
You can see it in my face.
I want to live like that from here on in.
Yeah.
Don't leave home without it. It's not a memory. It's an experience I gave myself, and I want to keep giving that to myself. Okay? So, and I want to tell others on the call to remember that when you have a heightened experience, you get to bring it with you. Okay? You get to bring it with you. It's okay to bring it with you and make the most of it. You created it. You get to hold it in that sacred heart bank, so to speak. Okay? And when you do that, then your heart gets fed more continually than just that feeling of, oh, that was wonderful, and now I'm here. Okay? Great.
That's wonderful, Susan. Because you're right. And as I was thinking about Sedona, that experiences in Sedona, it's just flowing. Like I'm so hot because I get hot when the energy is flowing. It's like just, yeah. And my face, I know I'm glowing. I can see it, and it's in the screen. But yeah, I'm like glowing because it's like, wow. Yeah.
So God. All day long, I'm just saying thank you to what we call our guides. I'm filling my heart with appreciation for what is beautiful and love-filled, and I just say thank you all the time to that.
Right.
All of us who have spiritual connection, we have to feed our heart with that spiritual connection. And you could say, well, I've lost my intuition, I don't know who my guides are, blah, blah, blah. Don't go there. Just go, oh, thank you for that connection. Wow. Thank you for that nourishment I get all day long. Okay? Great.
Wonderful. Thank you. That's, yeah. I guess it was just that reminder that I needed that, yeah, I feel good. I feel good now.
Great.
I haven't lost it.
That's right.
Okay, so we should talk about the special offer. So if you are on the phone, you can go to, if you're on the live webcast page, you can just go to speaker special offer. If you're on the phone, you can go to awakentohappinessnow.com/Susann4. That's SUSANN4. That's awakentohappinessnow.com/Susann4. SUSANN4. Let me unmute Susan so she can talk about it.
Not yet. Oh, I'm getting it. That's the only thing with Google Hangout is that I have to. What just happened? What was that? I have to get it in a different window altogether. Hold on 1 second here. It's coming up. Da 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 da. No. Yes. Come on. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. Didn't like that. Okay. Da, da, da. Do you want to say anything about it to start with while I'm fumbling around here, Ms. Burns?
Sure. I'll mute you in the meantime. So it is the soulful creation offer. Activate the ultimate power, passion, and purpose of your heart and soul. And there's 10 MP3s in all. And it's the Create the Life You Love program plus the Magnetize Love and Prosperity. You can have it all program. And it's normally $596, so we're saving over 85%. And it's only $99 today on Awaken to Happiness Now. So hopefully Susan got it open. Susan, just raise your hand when you are ready for me. Yep. Okay, I'm going to unmute Susan. All right.
Okay, so the Soulful Creation Offer. Why do I get so excited about it? Because it inspires me. Create the Life You Love is the first program. Okay, it's the MP3s. How to create your dream job. How to create the life that you love. There are particular steps. And the steps, as you take them one by one by one, I think it's a 5-step program, you will start to feel like, yes, I'm alive, I'm active, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to create. Because as I was saying earlier, when you're in creation mode, yes. Then, which is a big piece of this, and how to get, I teach you in all of this, I don't just talk. You have direct experiences of how to move out of survival into creation mode so that you're in creation mode all the time and you're living from an inspired place that opens lots of doors. And you also live in that place, this first program, Create the Life You Love, you get to move into the place of anything is possible. Anything is possible. When you do that, then you have choices. Because right now, we often feel like I don't have many choices, or somebody said I have too many choices. So it's really important to feel like you have permission, without being persecuted, to live the life that you love. Okay? Exactly what we've been talking about all today. So that you can release all those old patterns that say, no, it's not okay to create what you love. I mean, look at the world we live in. Who can create what they love? It's not true. We're on the leading edge. We're the ones that can do it. We are creating a whole new world, and how we create that whole new world is to go on the journey of being in your power of creation to be able to create that life you love. Every moment, not just a little job part of it, but the whole thing. So at the end of the day, you're going, I created that. I created that. I'm inspiring myself. I feel really powerful. How great is this? That's what you want, and this is what it will give you. Okay? Second program, that, as if that wasn't enough. Number 2, you're going to activate to magnify love and prosperity. You can have it all. I adore this program because it is so important, again, like we've been talking today, to be in your heart. Create love first before you can be prosperous. If your heart is empty, if you don't feel love in your heart, if you don't feel prosperity in your heart, how are you possibly going to magnetize it to you in the world? So when you're feeling in your heart like, oh, I'm afraid to go out there, I'm afraid I'm going to hurt others, I'm afraid I'm going to be persecuted, all of those things cloud your heart over And there's no room for prosperity when your heart is clouded over with yikes, yikes, and yikes. And I don't feel safe in this world does not create prosperity. So this program, and it's got, this one's got 5 parts to it as well, okay? So you start by learning how to create your blueprint, okay? Strengthen your connection to the field of creation, so you can start to create with a partnership of all. Create a partnership with all life. It's about co-creating. First, you learn how to live a life of your own creation. Then you learn how to create from the abundance of co-creating with spirit. And then you can start to be in partnership with all prosperity, because spirit does represent all prosperity, okay? And loving what you are doing, okay? So that's the first part, and then the second part is going into love, going into prosperity, moving into you can have it all. You can have love and prosperity. You can have it all, and you're going to learn how to embody it. It is not a spiritual principle. It's a feeling of being able to embody your ability to deliver who you are as a soul into this world. So I love Soulful Creation, obviously. And yes, it is a fantastic offer at $99. Deeply immerse yourself in the revelation of your true magnificence to activate all you choose to create. Guaranteed, that will happen for you, okay? Yep, you get that to be activated in that way, and learn how to hold your own activation all the time. So nobody is activating you. You are learning how to keep that activation alive, and that is the key.
Wonderful, and that's so empowering, because it's all about us being in charge and responsible for creating our life the way that we desire.
Yes, exactly. That's the beauty of free choice. That's what we want, is the beauty of free choice being amplified. Yep. And wonderful. We get to co-create with spirit, and that's the key. So it's not spirit out there and I'm having to operate in my life. It's co-creative partnership, and that's what magnetizes prosperity, and from the place of love first. Yeah, and your heart is all filled with that wonderful stuff called love, and then you can't help but attract all sorts of prosperity.
Wonderful. So the offer again is at awakentohappinessnow.com/Susann4. That's SUSANN4. That's awakentohappinessnow.com/Susann4. SUSANN4. So Susann, do you have any last words of wisdom for us?
Ooh, last words of wisdom. Let's go to the power of love. I want everyone to take a moment to feel that sense of appreciation for something in your heart. Maybe it's Shefali right now for opening this door for all of you. Feel that sense of appreciation in your heart. Then breathe that sensation, whatever it is for you in your heart, breathe it down into your abdomen and hold it there as though you're pregnant with that love and appreciation. And as you feel pregnant with love and appreciation, feel the power. This is true power. This is true prosperity. You start to even feel, I am appreciation, I am love. I know how to hold this. I know how to birth from this place. That is powerful. Pregnant with love and creation. How to create from love. The simple knowing of the appreciation of life coursing through you, true aliveness.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Do get out of your head too. Fill yourself, feed yourself, and then your head just is not in focus. So you don't have to do a lot of meditation trying to still the mind. You do it by coming into love and creation, and the mind bows to the heart and creation.
That is powerful. That's a powerful statement, Susan.
I'm so glad.
So I want to thank everyone for their questions and comments and feedback today. Thank you so much for sharing with us and being present with us. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Susan, so much. It's always such a joy to have you with us.
I'm very honored to be with you, Shefali, and all of you. What a gift. Thank you so much. What a gift.
And for those of you who are interested in Susan's package, again, you can go to awakentohappinessnow.com/Susann4. That's SUSANN4. So that's awakentohappinessnow.com/Susann4. SUSANN. So thank you, everyone. Have a great night and continue to live a life filled with joy, peace, love, abundance, and happiness. And stay centered in your heart. That is the power place for sure. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan. Wonderful. Thank you, Shefali.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.